Hey y'all, I am out here. It is a sweltering 90-degree day and I am eating my sunscreen. So, this is something that I have wanted to do for a really long time. Finding a way to protect myself from the sun from the inside out in a natural way. So, if you go online and you try to find any information about this, natural ways to protect yourself from the sun, you're just going to see article after article giving you more natural types of sunscreen and telling you to apply them liberally every 2 hours. Um, Sunscreen is a multi-million dollar industry, so this might be controversial. I don't think it needs to be. I just figured I would make a quick video telling y'all what I have found to work as sun protection and yeah, letting you play with it and see if it works for you too. Not medical advice, just what I do. So, first of all, why might you want to find a replacement for sunscreen or something to use adjunctively with your sunscreen? So, first reason is because the sunscreen that you buy at the drugstore is going to protect you from UV light. Incidentally, UV is actually really therapeutic for the body. It calms inflammation. It's used for some really aggressive skin conditions. Um, UVB is what your body takes and converts in your kidneys and your liver into vitamin D in that active hormonal form. UVA light causes a boost of nitric oxide in your body. So, nitric oxide is what causes vasodilation of your blood vessels, so relaxing and widening of your blood vessels, improving your circulation. This is obviously awesome for cardiovascular health, also really great for obvious reasons for sexual health. So, second reason why you might want to find another thing to use as your sunscreen. Sunscreen has some really nasty chemicals in it. So, the worst of these is probably oxybenzone. This is a potent anti-testosterone. Um, y'all are probably familiar with how we're seeing plummeting rates of testosterone in men and women, lower sperm counts in men as well. Not saying sunscreen is the only cause, right? Like there's BPA, which is an endocrine disruptor, which is in soft plastic, just like in a lot of our food packaging. It's, we eat off of it. It's in some of our clothes, kind of hard to get away from. There's also radiation from our devices. This has been proven to cause lower sperm counts in men. To talk for another time, really crazy, really interesting. But sunscreen is definitely involved. We're seeing increasing rates of hermaphrodite fish and aquatic animals. Sunscreen is in every body of water on the planet. We're looking at potential correlation. So maybe not the best thing to slather all over your newborn babies. The third reason why you might want to have a natural alternative to sunscreen, and this, I guess, is the more controversial part. So there have only been 4 prospective studies done on sunscreen's role in preventing skin cancer, which is what it's supposed to do. So we know that it's really effective at preventing squamous cell carcinoma, but as far as melanoma goes, the answers are a little bit less clear. So there was one study done over the course of 4 years. You looked at the study participants who were using sunscreen as directed, applying it liberally every 2 hours, and you looked at your control group, which did not use the sunscreen so liberally. They did use it as they desired. So after 4 years, we saw a 1.5% difference in likelihood of developing melanoma between these two groups, the control group being slightly higher. The researchers found this to not be statistically significant, and yet this is what sunscreen's claims that it protects you from melanoma are based on. So, all right, so what can you do? What's the natural alternative? Again, this is not medical advice. This is just what I do. So at the very beginning of the summer, going from 0 to full send surfing out in the sun, I will use the mineral sunscreen, so zinc and titanium oxide. This is not this is a safer option in my opinion. This has not actually been proven to be safe. It definitely shouldn't say safe for babies or safe for pregnant women, because it is found, these microparticles are found, nanoparticles are found in the brain and the blood. We really don't know what the effects of these are. So FDA has not studied it. They say that they're planning to. We'll see. So at least at the very beginning of the summer, to prevent major burn, and instead of working up to it, that is what I use my first couple times in the sun for full days. What I'm doing when I do that is I'm trying to build up my melanin, which is, what causes the skin darkening. The reason I do that is because melanin is actually your best solar protector. So it absorbs and scatters that UV light to keep you from burning. And the darker your skin is, the less likelihood you have of burning, and the lower your likelihood of skin cancers or skin disorders caused by sun. So that's number one. Number two, what are these natural forms? So antioxidants are the best thing for this. Red and purple berries and blueberries, brightly colored fruits and vegetables. I eat these every single day. What I do, the easiest form, because I'm all about convenience, the easiest form is I get the frozen bags of strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, cherries, and I just put them in a cup or a bowl. I have this as like my dessert every day, and I pour boiling water over the top just to help them, defrost pretty quickly. A lot of times I'll add chia seeds in there as a great source of essential fatty acids. And I eat these every day. If I'm going to be out in the sun, and I can bring them with me, I will totally bring them. There's cherry blossom in here from the tree up here, which is super cool. So that's number one, antioxidants, fruits and vegetables. Number two, like supplements that you can take that are harder hitting. Vitamin C. So timed release vitamin C. This is not an ad. This is a good brand, but this is not an ad for the brand. Timed release is important, so this is going to basically give you half the dose right away and give you the rest of it over a period of several hours. Depends, that's going to be different on every brand and on their ingredients. So yesterday I was working on my computer. I was out in the sun for like 4 hours at the lake, and I had 2,000 milligrams of this. Like, there really aren't great studies on this, so you kind of just have to play with it and see what works for you. I usually do 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams because I am, I'm not super dark right now, but I'm not pasty white, even though it kind of looks like it, I guess, in this camera with the sun shining right on me. So that's a great one, vitamin C, timed release. The other thing that I use are raw Brazil nuts. So these are going to be your highest food source of selenium, and selenium is an awesome antioxidant. Women with thyroid disorders, you might have heard about supplementing with selenium to help, especially with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, can help with some of those symptoms and help with helping your thyroid get back to a healthy place. This is something that I will recommend to my clients as a great food source of that nutrient. So those are the two big ones that I use. Yesterday when I was out for a few hours, I had 5 Brazil nuts. I have, there's been times when the light has been really intense and it's been a really hot day where I've had like 10. But, you can really play with that. I would stay in the like 3 to 10 range. So another supplement, this is not something that I have actually used in supplement form, but I've been reading about it and it seems to be really effective. Astaxanthin is what it's called. It's a really concentrated form of a beta carotenoid. So you can actually get this in seafood. Salmon is a great place to get it, 5 milligram salmon steak. You get like a good dose of this. The studies that I have read have shown that it is safe and effective at a 2 to 3 milligram dose. So some people really swear by this. Something to play with, try out. Let me know if you do. Let me know if you like it. Um, so herbs. I am a clinical herbalist, so I probably should talk about these, right? I don't actually have any herbs that I like for sun protection. What I do like for herbal use for sun exposure is actually going to be for being overexposed to the sun, like getting a burn and needing help healing that as quickly as possible. The herbs that I use for that, I do use aloe vera, which you've heard of for a good reason. I also use a balm that I made out of calendula and plantain. So calendula is really awesome, especially for helping dissolve scar tissue. It heals from the inside out is really what I tell people. That's how it works. Amazing if you are pregnant and you're getting the stretch marks, and that's something you want to you know uh, you want some help with. Calendula as a balm externally is very safe and is very effective. Postpartum for C-section scars, really effective. So I use that in my skin balm. I also use plantain, so that's going to be a little bit more of a general, like broad spectrum herb to use for skin. It's great for insect bites and stings, cuts, abrasions. It's really like the cure-all. And the super cool thing is actually looking around in my yard. Oh, no, that's not it. Um, I was looking around in my yard for some. It's pretty much everywhere. It's a weed. It's a weed that you can find. So really cool that you can actually use this medicinally and for the health of your skin. It's a bummer I don't have any. They call it white man's footprint. That's like another name for it. It's the first name that I learned for it because like everywhere civilization is, it grows. So yeah, so those are my major things for skin health when it comes to sun exposure. Um, if y'all have anything else that you use that you love, please leave me a comment because I am super interested in this. Like I said, I've been wanting to learn about this for a really long time, and it's just been recently that I've like really dug into the studies and looked to a few other doctors who are paving the way. So yeah, leave me a comment. Let's keep this conversation going. If you have any questions too, just drop them below and I'll do my best to answer them. So I hope that helps y'all. I hope you're getting out for all the sun and all the vitamin D, all the serotonin boosts that you get from sunshine as well. And yeah, enjoy the summer, even before it hits, like in the case of my state. So see you later.